Welcome everybody back to Stats, weekly fantasy show for Sweet Chin Music. I'm your host, Bish. Sorry I've been away for, I guess, a couple weeks now. Once again, I apologize. But we're back now, and week 11, week 12. My goodness, they were crazy weeks. Week 11 especially. Let's get right into it. First we drink. Cheers. Wine, you taste so fine. Hashtag bougie bish. All right, week 11. We had a triple fisting in week 11. 3 fistings. My goodness. 3 managers kicked ass. Megan, Nolan, and Skinner. We'll start with Megan versus myself. Megan beat me by a score of 9-4. But Megan led the league in home runs 15, RBI 41, stolen bases 9, ERA 3.14, and quality starts with 10. Jesus. I did not stand a chance. I am lucky the score was only 9-4. Not that I had a bad week by any means, except for my pitching, but just ran into first place Megan, and she shows every single week why she is indeed in first. Good job, Megan. Next, let's go to the Nicktown Chiefs versus Big Tuna. Joel versus Party. Joel beat Party by a score of 7-5. There's a couple categories that were close: runs and stolen bases, walks, wins. Everything else was pretty handily decided. Party's bats did not show up this week. 4 dingers, 249 average. That will not cut the mustard. His pitching was pretty good though. 3.52 ERA, 5 quality starts, and 6 saves and holds. That'll work. Not much going on. They didn't really gain or lose any place in their standings. They both stayed the same. Might be time to hit the panic button, boys. Getting down to nitty gritty. Only got a few weeks left for the trade deadline. Sometimes, you gotta look at your team, and even though it looks good on paper, you gotta realize it's not working. You just gotta say fuck it and blow it up. If you gotta overpay, fucking overpay. But rebuild your team. Next, Fantasy King defeated Davin. Chuck D. Morris by a score of 8-4. Pretty good battle. The bats are pretty even. Could have went either way. Pitching was also pretty even. Could have went either way. Yeah, this is a really good battle between the boys. John King just happened to come out on top. Really, the only category that were or the 2 categories out of hand were strikeouts and saves and holds. Everything else was pretty fucking even. Bad luck for Davin, who's trying to climb himself into a playoff spot. Just the chips are not falling for Chuck D. Morris this season. Highly unfortunate. Next, we will do Nolan versus the Cove Cowboys in the second fisting of the week. Nolan defeated Cam by a score of 9-3. Nolan led the week. Runs 40, home runs 15, walks 29, average 302. Holy shit. That is a shit kicking. The bats, for the most part, were pretty even. Yeah. The pitching was also pretty even. The whip was actually tied. 1.16. It went to Nolan. 6-5 for saves and holds. 8-5 quality starts. 6-4 for wins. I mean, Jesus, yeah, another close battle. Just didn't go Cam's way. That's a shame. Nolan is currently in 5th place after the Fiston Skinner gave him, but we will get to that in a second. Cam is obviously bottom feeder where he belongs, as per usual. Next match for week 11, the final match for week 11. The final fisting. Bartolo's Cologne, Mr. Andrew Skinner fisted the shit out of Chris Burns, Muninoris, Manginas. Skinner led the league, 40 runs, 67 hits, 11 saves and holds. 10-3. That is a big shit kicking of a score. Let's see, 40-35 for the runs, 34-31 RBI, 4-3 for stolen bases. I mean, 5-4 for the wins. The ERA was only decided by 0.1 of a point. Holy shit! WHIP was close. Quality starts decided by 1. So yeah, this was actually pretty close. Unfortunately for Bernie, he left 17 hits, 11 runs, 9 RBI, 5 stolen bases, 4 home runs, and 3 walks on the bench. Oops. Bernie would have led the league in a lot of categories this week, but instead he fucked it and gave it to Aiden Skinner. Wowie wow wow. Hope you learned your lesson, my friend. Actually, I don't know what lesson you could have learned. I mean, I probably would have made the same decisions you did, so it's not your fault, but fuck. Let's see. Let's go to week 12. Speaking of Bernie, me and Bernie had a battle all week. He was leading early on. I caught up by the weekend. It was flipping back and forth all day Saturday. But Sunday, I couldn't catch up. I had some people sit down. I had some underperformances. He handily beat me by a score of 8-4. Bernie, he only led the league in saves and holds 9. So did I. I co-led that with him. But in the end, he had 2 more runs, a couple more hits, an extra home run, a few more RBI, 1 more walk. Like, the ERA was close, the WHIP was close, and instead we tied saves and holds. So yeah, that was a very, very close matchup to the bitter end. Good battle, my friend. Unfortunately, you got the victory. Next in line, we have Bitch Please, Megan versus Big Tuna. Megan defeated Big Tuna by a score of 7-4. Megan led the league in runs, 44, hits 72, and walks 34. Scott did not lead the league in anything. He had a good week of pitching. Megan had 82 strikeouts though, 7 quality starts. But the bats were pretty even, 11 homers each. RBI was 1 off. Just a few runs difference. So yeah, another pretty tight matchup this week. But Megan, our leader, just keeps on rolling. Nothing stopping Megan this week, any week. Good God. Next one, we have Cam. Cam finally had a big week. Some big numbers from Cam. He didn't lead the league in anything, but he was second place in a lot of categories. And I gotta give it to him. He needed this week because he was getting pounded every single week. Cam had 96 strikeouts, 1.94 ERA, 0.96 WHIP, 8 qualities starts. Jesus Christ, 15 dingers, 48 ribbies, 42 runs scored, and 5 stolen bases. Yes, that is what you want every single week. Good job, Mr. fucking Stoyles. Hate to give it to you, but hey, numbers are numbers. Next, Fantasy King defeated the Nicktown Chiefs by a score of 9-4. John led the league in home runs, 17, and RBI 49. That's a lot. Joel had 9 stolen bases. That is also a lot. John's ERA was 2.84, 91K, 5 wins. Joel did not come close to that, and that was his demise, along with his 8 home runs and 251 average. That's not going to work most weeks. That's probably why he's in 8th. Shit. I mean, I don't understand how Team Freddie Freeman Arizona. Oh, that's probably. Yeah, Judge. I mean, like, he's not terrible. Bregman's starting to do things, but I mean, he's been shit all season. I mean, the pitching, holy fuck. Ian Anderson, 31.5 ERA. Gibson, 13.5 ERA. Bednar, 16.2 ERA. Urias, 5.06. Irvin, 6.43. Jesus fuck. Something's got to be done there, my friend. Something's got to be done. Next on the list, we have fisting of the week. Mr. Skinner fisting the person that fisted Cam the week prior. Nolan, by a score of 10-1. Mr. Skinner had a very, very good week this week. Skinner led the league in wins with 8 strikeouts, 97, saves and holds with 9. Home runs, 12 he had. I mean, it was... Yeah, he had a pretty good week. 2.15 ERA, 1.0 whip, 6 quality starts, 6 wins, even though Nolan had 8. 63 hits. I mean, like, Jesus Christ, Skinner had a very, very good week. Nolan didn't have a bad week by any means. I mean, except for home runs was pretty low. Hits were pretty low. Average was low, but I mean, besides that, he had really good pitching. Good matchup. But that leads me to this week's is the team shit or not. 1 week you have Skinner. Well, Skinner fisted 2 people in a week. 2 people 2 weeks in a row. First week he would have lost if Barney, didn't fuck with his shit. So we gotta ask the question: Skinner, is your team shit, or is it good? Let's fucking get right into it. Mike Trout, how's he doing for you? $180 average last week. That's good, I hear. Besides that, let's get into Skinner's team here. Skinner's team, according to Yahoo, he is a league average in runs, hits, home runs, walks, ERA, and whip. That's 6 categories, league average. I mean, it's not bad, not great, not bad. League average. Below average in stolen bases, 8th in the league. Below average in quality starts, 9th in the league. But he is tied for 3rd of RBIs, tied for 3rd in strikeouts, and he is 1st in average, 1st in whip, and 1st in saves and holds. So, that brings me to the math. We have a trash can rating of this team of 15%. It's not bad. It's an 85 positive net. So it's a solid B+. But you did make a trade for Mike Trout, and he's not going to hit $182 forever. You got Will Smith as a catcher, and you got Nestor Cortez. So you did make a pretty good upgrade, I do believe, from myself for your team. I like goalie. Goalie's been fucking mashing. I wouldn't trade him for anything right now. MVP candidate. But, as I said, your team got an upgrade. So I will give you a team grade, Mr. Skinner, of an A-. That's not bad. Next week, we'll go through Joel's. We'll go through Davin's and see how they match up against Skinner and Cam's massive trash can rating of 70%. I'll keep it at 70% for now. Yeah, you had one good week, but so shit. Thanks for everybody for watching. We'll see you later. Bye.